This is what the Mitchell Chamber of Commerce, Convention and Visitors Bureau, and Development Corporation and Dakota Heartland Development Association have been doing for the second quarter of 2026. Starting with the Mitchell Chamber of Commerce, the Chamber welcomed 9 new members this quarter, as well as hosted 12 ribbon cuttings. The Ag Business Committee hosted the Ag Connections Tour featuring Farm to Table with Oak Lane Colony on June 23rd, where we had 48 attendees, which was our largest Ag Connections tour yet. Looking at government affairs, we held our last 2 Leadership Mitchell sessions and had graduation on May 28th, as well as a ribbon cutting for their class project, which was wrapping the traffic box at 5th and Main on June 11th. The Government Affairs Committee also held a Candidate and Issue Forum on May 19th at the DWU Sherman Center, where we focused on the ballot measure, school board, and city council. Moving on to Connect Mitchell, the Connect Mitchell Committee held 3 First Friday coffees, 1 at the Highland Conference Center, 1 at Michelle's Mad Batter, and 1 at Short Staffed. We also hosted 2 lunch and learns, 1 with Lost and Found and 1 with Tim Johnson AI Consulting. We had 3 mix and mingles this quarter, 1 with Big Friend Little Friend, 1 with Puerto Vallarta, and 1 with the Mitchell Area Community Theater. We also hosted a groundbreaking this quarter for the new Chef Louise. Our Chamber Golf Classic was held on Friday, June 19th. We had 40 teams and 120 golfers, which is our largest golf tournament yet. And now the Mitchell Convention and Visitors Bureau. We have 100 bus tours scheduled for 2026 and counting. We also welcomed a bus tour to the Dakota Wesleyan University Dinner Theater, where they received free dinner and a show from winning a drawing. Looking at 2025 data, Davidson County had $122 million in visitor spending in 2025, which is up 3% from 2024. This data includes anyone coming from 50 miles and out, which includes our regional shoppers, visitors, and tourists. Looking at the entertainment tax through May, the 2026 entertainment tax is up 1.89%, and the hotel occupancy is down 10% through April. Moving on to tourism events. The 2026 International Roundup was held April 28th through May 1st in Medora, North Dakota, where Keely and Doreen attended. We also hosted a post-FAM tour with international tour guides that came to visit Mitchell. National Travel and Tourism Week was May 3rd through May 9th. We did social media posts and giveaways in honor of this week. Forever 605 Day was also on June 5th, and we did a social media post in honor of this day. The 2026 Literacy Conference was in Mitchell June 16th and 17th, where 900 teachers were in town. We hosted a public event on the evening of June 16th to welcome the teachers, and also hosted a South Dakota 250 flag raising. Palace City Pre-Sturgis Marketing is continuing to go. We received a grant through Travel South Dakota while we do print, digital, TV, radio, and social media marketing efforts. Amperage and Travel South Dakota Peak Co-op also do local digital marketing. And 605 Magazine advertisements for May and June featured Mitchell events. And now the Mitchell Area Development Corporation. The Young Professionals Group hosted Disney Trivia in April, a freezer meal workshop and Star Wars trivia in May, and a tabletop game night in June. The MADC Board of Directors approved $20,000 to fund 40 $500 internship assistant grants for college students completing internships in Mitchell. We had 59 students apply from 11 different colleges and placed 20 plus at businesses. The Community Concierge continues to host newcomer events. In April, they did Dig In and Discover at the Mitchell Archaeological Site. In May, they did From Farm to Flower Pot at Lee's Red Barn. And in June, they did a bike tour at Ron's Bike Shop. The Move to Mitchell $100 incentive and Palace Perk Book coupon book are continuing to be given out to newcomers to the Mitchell area. In April, the Mitchell Development Corporation completed the transfer of the East First Housing Development property to Van Buskirk Homes. MADC also transferred the ownership of the Ridgeview on Foster development to Mahi Mitchell Area Housing. Mitchell Tech College sold the first student-built home in the Ridgeview on Foster development. Through the Federal Home Loan Bank of Des Moines Down Payment Assistance Program, the MADC assisted 5 income-qualified families during the second quarter with a total of $85,000 in down payment assistance. The MADC also completed several housing rehab projects through the South Dakota Housing Development Authority Home and HOF programs. Mitchell Area Housing Incorporated President Terry Sabers was recognized with the Friend of Housing Award at the South Dakota Housing Development Authority Housing Conference. The MADC and the Mitchell Chamber of Commerce continued their entrepreneur competition, resulting in 2 new chamber courtyard businesses opening, Natasha Lynn Design and Sodak Barbecue. The MADC also approved $2,500 interest-free startup loans for participating student entrepreneurs. The MADC and the Mitchell Chamber also began marketing the former Cornerstone 2 building with discounted lease incentives to recruit another entrepreneur to downtown Mitchell. We welcomed a new business, 828 Christian Book and Gift Store. MADC is also assisting Davison Rural Water and Davison County with a public land transfer that will allow construction of a new water tower near the Davison County 4-H grounds. In May, MADC began the transfer of approximately 1.2 acres to Runnings through a partnership with First Dakota National Bank to support Runnings retail operations. And lastly, the Dakota Heartland Development Association. White Lake celebrates the opening of 2 new businesses during its Business Challenge event on July 11th. Both feature homemade menu items and locally sourced produce and meats. Graham Tire recently acquired the Ag Tire business in the Corsica trade area. Corsica's Senior Healthcare Task Force and Douglas County Memorial Hospital are developing a plan to preserve senior healthcare services. In Tripp and White Lake, a 1,437 square foot, 3-bed, 2-bath Eisman home with a 2-car garage and full basement has recently been listed for sale by the Tripp Development Corporation. White Lake is also preparing a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom governor's home for sale on a lot given by the local school district. In the region, we're utilizing a Northwestern Energy's Advantage South Dakota grant program to fund a local certified nursing assistance training program for 8 recipients. This is the local effort to provide needed workforce to area healthcare facilities. That is the Quarter 2 report for 2026 for the Mitchell Chamber Development Corporation and Dakota Heartland. Thank you for watching.